on the triple.
Defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
Back to Randall. Just 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. Good work there as it goes.
You know, Randall has a nice package. He's got a good touch, good mechanics, and he's a capable mid-range shooter.
And Hall of Famer David Aldridge spoke with Chris Finch. David?
In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Thank you, David. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Hornets with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, and you know, to come up short at the line is frustrating because that's controllable and it's actually a free throw. So you feel like you leave loose change out there when you don't convert.
Randall kicks to Gobert. Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But listen, I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
Another miss by Minnesota.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Deep two from Ross. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ross has got 5 points so far.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
On defense, Charlotte, you communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. You know, knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they?
Why? I need my takeover. I want to change it.
Within the organization, how are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels, and Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. And then for Charlotte, Grant Williams is checked in for Bridges. And it's Trey Mann in for Smith.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources? The players, the agents, the GM, the scouts, all over the NBA.
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
Outstanding. Outside Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Here's Mann. Edwards defending. Mann can't hit.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every
Huh?
time.
Outside Edwards. Back to Conley. It's rebounded by Charlotte. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's man, defended by Alexander Walker.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And looking back last season, how about 87% from the line? So
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. McDaniels, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Edwards comes in for Clark. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Highland. The forwards are Edwards and McDaniel. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Conley. And it's Randall in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
Yeah, that trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful. From 15 feet away, and that's good off the glass that time.
And with the way he can rise, Edwards able to get that shot off anytime.
Smith the pass to Ross. And there's the feed to Bridges. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 10. And Shams, nothing gets a workout like your phone. We're talking NBA. We're watching this game. We got this great group here courtside. You've got 2 phones working, and I'm sure there's a third hidden in your back. Can you estimate how many texts do you send and receive a day? Is there even a number we can put with that?
Kevin, how many texts do you get a day related to NBA info? You're coming at me. You know the job is, it's hundreds of messages flooding my phone on a daily basis. And the screen time usually in busy seasons tends to be closer to 18 to 20 hours. But this is what we signed up for. This is what we love to inform the audience.
Oh, and I know you love every second of it. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Minnesota making a switch here. Gobert's checked in to the right side. McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. No good on the triple.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Shams, we appreciate you stopping by. We know you got a lot of things to do, a lot on your plate. Your phone's going bananas. It's lighting up about every 15 seconds. You go take care of that. We'll see you back here next time.
I can always make time for you guys. Kevin, appreciate you guys having me.
Shams Charania, the best. Thank you so much. Great stuff right there from Shams, one of the most plugged-in people in the world of basketball.
Hey, I mean, if something is going down that's big news, Shams is the first to get a hold of it. He knows everybody around the NBA. Boy, you've really got to put those away, especially against soft interior defense.
Green, the pass to Smith. Here's Ross. His last outing, he had 8 points. To the paint, here's Bridges, and McDaniels with the block.
McDaniels is perhaps the best wing defender in the league, guys, showing us why right there.
Conley against Smith. Conley kicks to Edwards. Shoots the three, and that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Edwards got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Timberwolves. And Smith puts up a deep three, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it...
The Timberwolves, 19. The Hornets, 28.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Nice game. Great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
On the court for the Hornets, they've got Miles Bridges. LaMelo Ball is out there with Smith. And it's Clutch, and it's Williams at the 5 down low. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. Here is Williams. Ross with it, and it's Ball in the corner. From 13, he squares up and sinks it. Ball's got 10 points in the game.
He'll do that for you, too. Ball can go mid-range if he needs to.
Edwards passes to McDaniels. Here's DiVincenzo. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Randall, and Bridges with the block.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
The shot's good.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
There's McDaniels. Out to Edwards. Passes to McDaniels. Just 3 to shoot. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Edwards passes to Gobert. Over Ross. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Making the save, McDaniel secures the rock and gets the second chance look.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Clark with the Hornets. They were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. A 2-point game. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. The forwards are Edwards and McDaniel. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Conley. And it's Randall in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Bridges dishes to Ross.